Hello students, welcome to the series on advertising. Today we are going to study advertising execution. Now let us study the objective of this module. The basic objective is to study the execution of advertising in an effective way by incorporating the right appeals and styles to convince the audiences. Advertising execution. The purpose of the campaign and the target audience needs to be determined. This will help to create appropriate type of advertising appeal and execution style for providing creative direction. Now, what is advertising execution is the implementation. Now, the implementation or the direction of the advertisement can only be possible if the budgets are known. Budgets in terms what is the target audience, what kind of appeal is needed, and what is the campaign's objective in terms what is the company needing. Need is to analyze whether you have to build a brand, you have to go for guerrilla marketing or you have to do organic advertising. So, this concept of advertising in terms of identification of need and analyzing the target audience's problems will help in selecting the best appeal for execution. Alignment of advertising appeals with campaign objective. An advertising appeal is an approach that uses a type of message intended to influence the way consumer relates to what is being sold. The right appeal needs to be used and that is based on the objective of campaign and the type of consumer being targeted. Now, the alignment of campaign has to be done so as to overcome the frustrations of the customers, and the product has to be sold with the intention what the company is wanting, that is what is the desire of the company, that how the product should reach to the consumer for which function, that has to be analyzed, and with that same precise function and intention it has to reach to the customers. Execution of advertising message is done in numerous ways. It could be done with humor, dramatization, imagery, personality symbol, animation, slice of life can be taken or a testimonial added, or demonstration, scientific and technical evidences can be taken. Now, how the execution is done depends on the kind of the appeal selected. Appeals could relate to entertainment, to stats, to facts, to dramatization, anything according to the nature, type and the needs of the customers. The focus has to be on message. Focus of the message is the product or services and its attributes. It is often used with informational and rational appeals. It relies on a straightforward presentation of information. Now, the message basically has to focus on the information of the product. The product is the hero, that is what it is giving should not be devalued. The benefits have to be highlighted, so at least the customers connect in a right way. In long term, products could be identified for the function for which they are used. Citation of technical information. Advertisers often cite technical information, that is results of scientific or laboratory studies, to support their advertising claims. Now, because the industry is very technical in terms of pharma and in terms of other automobile industries, so right kind of certifications and laboratory reports are also associated with the claims which they propound to the audience. Convincing customers for product benefit and quality. It can be very effective in convincing consumers of a product's utility or quality and of its benefit of owning and using the brand. It is to illustrate the key advantages of the product by showing it in actual use or in some stage situations. Now, you need to execute the advertisement in such a way that the customers are convinced with the quality and the functionality of the product. Execution of message with comparisons. This type of execution involves a direct or indirect comparison of a brand against the competitor's brand. Now, sometimes comparison is needed when there are only two players. The major players basically fight with each other to establish their superiority in terms of attributes and benefits given. Execution with the use of testimonials. Many advertisers present their marketing communication messages in form of a testimonial whereby a person speaks on behalf of the product based on his or her personal use and experience with it. Now, here the celebrities are used as testimonials for the experience which they get when they use the product. They endorse the brand for its performance and its quality. It is their reputation attached with the product's reputation. So, if a product is not giving benefits, obviously the endorser's reputation will also go down. So, big celebrities who already have a reputation to have a command over audiences, and this command they could have achieved through media presence, through sports, or through acting, or through some work as doctors, engineers, chartered, or some kind of financial expertise. They endorse the benefits of the product. Then the products become valid because experts of the industry, they are verifying the claims. Demonstration of problems with solutions. This type of execution is often based on problem solution type of format. The ad attempts to portray a real life situation involving a problem, conflict, or situation where consumers face in their daily life. The ad then focuses on showing how the advertiser's product can resolve the problem. This is demonstration is to show a problem, that is some situation is analyzed and some staged activity is done where the solutions are given in an innovative way so that the customers can be happy. Use of animated characters. This technique uses animated characters or scenes drawn by artists on computers. Animation is a way to convince customers through cartoons and through characters, which is very innovative, creative, and very humorous, because the audiences start recognizing these characters as a part of their life. Like the welcome logo, which became very big hit for Indian Airlines, is a symbol of travelers having comfort through these airlines. So, sometimes these characters become popular to carry the logo, symbol, or the brand culture to the audiences. Personality as a central focus. This type of execution involves the use of a central character of personality symbol to deliver the marketing communication message with the product so that it is identified. The personality symbol can take the form of a person who is used as a spokesperson, animated characters, or even animals. So, here the central focus as a personality is which is endorsing the brand, and this personality is attractive where everything is revolving. So, it could be a symbol, it could be a character, person, animals, cartoons, or anything. The personality in a very appealing and a creative way tries to influence the audiences. Use of imaginary situation. This type of appeal is often used for image marketing communication by showing an imaginary situation or illusion involving a consumer and the product. Now, this would be some kind of fear which the consumer may have of losing the reputation, or the consumer may be in a problem if the product is not with him. So, this is an imaginary situation where you are put into a problem situation and then a solution is given through the product usage. Dramatization of situations and issues. Dramatizations often use the problem solution approach as they show how the advertised brand can help to resolve a problem. This execution technique creates a suspenseful situation or a scenario in form of a short story. Dramatization is to narrate a story in which a problem is shown and how the easing impact or how the problem can be solved is given, so that the customers could relate themselves to the story and get the solution and the moral so as to adopt in their life. Humor in communication. Humor can be used as the basis for the marketing communication appeal. However, humor can also be used as a way of executing the message and presenting other types of communication appeal. Now, humor is some emotion which is very innate with human personality. People want to laugh and be entertainment uh, as a part of their growing up, because this is one moment where they feel easy and they relate to the appeals which show the easy characters taken in a funny way. So, this is innovative approach to hold the audiences. Strategic orientation of message creation. This determines what is the purpose of the campaign to the specified target audiences. It uses creative talents who can be focused on what should be the appropriate common theme, and they build the advertising appeals and execution styles for effective communication. So, strategic orientation involves an analysis of what is the objective of the campaign for the targeted audiences, that is the audience could be a group of people in form of kids or elders or educated or uneducated people depending on the demographic classification. Emotional appeals. Emotional appeals, they are the most common appeals utilized by the marketers and advertisers. This type of appeal targets a consumer's emotions and influences the consumer's engagement through emotion. The conversion of purchase through this appeal is the highest. Now, emotional appeal is showing your love and affection for children. It is giving good quality of education to students in schools and colleges through set pattern of code, or it is through use of good quality of products used in industry, which basically appeal to the audiences in terms of emotions, that is you are taking care of your family members. So, emotional appeal is the best appeal which is used by people as a form of love, affection, or it is concern, justice, social values. These appeals are common to people's life and people easily connect to these appeal where patriotism, where transactions, where security, these basic psychological needs of human beings are displayed and portrayed through advertisement. So, these are very common values, but they impact the life of people in a very big way. Purchasing a product and service is based on emotional appeal, and the advertisers relate to individual psychological and the social needs. So, whenever you buy a good, obviously it is because emotionally you are feeling shortage of a product, or socially it is desirable. Socially, because it carries your personality and status in form of good clothes, brands, possessions and lifestyle. Psychological, emotional is your concern for your family members in terms of love, affection. These are the gifts, the products which you use for your family care in terms of health products, food and daily items. So, these appeals go a long way in enhancing the business and the market for the investors. Personal appeal. Personal appeal is focused on emotions centered around the need for love, joy, self-esteem, happiness, safety and family well-being. Your personal life is always designed by your romance, by your feelings of affection and your personal faith, trust and security which is needed by people. So, all the goods which relate to this aspect basically focus on the personal values of the people rather than public values. Social appeal is focused on individuals' need for recognition, respect, involvement, affiliation and status. So, if you are promoting social goods in terms of infrastructure, office, home, lifestyle, they basically relate to person's self-respect, esteem and it is also affiliation to good clubs and to brands where people can identify their name and their fame by possessing those products. Fear appeal. This is focused on individuals based on fear, the fear of loss of health, safety and beauty. You can use this appeal as a fear. They show that a young person if becomes old, how he will look and what is the disaster will happen if they are not able to take care of their hair or their face. So, the products which relate to the health of your body and the safety of the body in terms of security locks or anything which is having a fear of loss of your documents or possessions and all. So, these fears are sold and are possessed especially by the financial industry and by the insurance industry, where they give you a fear appeal that if you lose what will be at risk. To overcome this risk, you can just pay a premium and buy many health products and insurance products which are available in the market. Humor appeal. It is proven that humor sells because of attention, association and memory recall is improved through engaging audiences in humorous message. Other common types of appeal include sex appeal, music appeal, scarcity appeal, brand appeal, adventure appeal, endorsement, romance appeals and others. So, the best form of appeal which sells in the market is emotional and the humor. Humor is because the customer starts laughing with you and gets entertainment. So, customer engagement with this activity enhances the value of the appeal. The next is the lifestyle. The product can raise the expectations and the convenience and quality of life of people. This is personal appeal causing the consumer to desire an attractive lifestyle by possession of fancy products. So, lifestyle is an appeal which relates to your status and to your decor and to your products, where you buy products so as to enhance the appeal and the ambience of the surroundings and even the personality and even as a person as a whole. So, this can relate to any variety of products, maybe bags, baggage, fashion, industry, interior, architecture. So, this is a huge industry where lifestyle is emerging as a passion and a power so that people can grow in a better way. Slice of life. This is associated with social appeal. This style is aimed at creating an attachment to an offering through showing how they could enjoy the slice of a good life. The slice of a good life is the comfort, the convenience, the health, the security and the safety which people require for the trust which they give to the products. So, this appeal basically is a kind of a personal appeal which relates to the part of their life which could become better and which could become smoother if they adopt the products and ideas. Testimonials and endorsements. Having celebrities or experts endorsing the product can enhance the respect and the value of the product in the eyes of consumers. Trust has to be authentically created. Loyalty and trust cannot be bought, but they have to be earned. So, testimonials and endorsement is the journey which a company goes through, how they work on quality, getting certification, getting experts attached, getting the best power in terms of quality and the product performance given in the market. So, this is the testimonial and endorsement which is highly reputed in the market. It cannot be bought, that is, you cannot just buy things in the market because it is very intangible. You have to earn the respect of people and you have to gain respect. Fantasy. Creating a fantasy around a product can attract consumers to align well with social appeal. It is the need to identify with something bigger than oneself. The status of having a sports car with the fantasy of a beautiful woman being impressed. So, fantasy is creating a situation or an aura where people want to possess something beyond need. That is, needs can be satisfied, but fantasy is if you have money, if you have things to invest, is you can go for a sports car or for a polo match or something beyond the basic desire of the needs. This is something bigger than one's life. So, possessing those products needs to be associated with the fantasy appeal. Humorous. It aligns directly with the humor appeal to engage the consumers in something that is funny and memorable. More than 30% of the advertisements utilize humor for their success. Other execution styles also include the musical, scientific, mood and image. So, humor also has emerged as a big appeal where audiences are engaged and most of the advertisement use this appeal. It depends on the type and the benefits of the product which are to be sold to the audiences. Now, let us study the summary of this lecture. In this lecture, we have studied advertising execution. Execution through using appeals is important because it needs to engage the audiences. Now, what type of appeal and what engagement has to be used depends on the type of the product, the nature of the product and the benefits to be sold to the target audiences. The audience needs have to be analyzed before finalizing the appeal, and on basis of finalizing the appeal, the execution of the message through good art direction will be done. So, execution is not possible unless and until the campaign objective and the target audiences are analyzed. I hope the students must have understood advertising execution in an effective way. Thank you, students.